India is one of the more important countries in the world in demographic and economical development terms. It is also a country of great contrasts. On the one hand, it is turning into an economic powerhouse able to compete in major markets around the world, while on the other, problems such as poverty and social inequality are still a main concern. According to the data provided by the Office of National Ministry Against Crime of India, the fastest growing crime in India is violence against women. A woman is raped every 34 minutes, and astoundingly, each 43 minutes, a woman is kidnapped. Another area little known is the social ostracism of widows in India. 40 million widows continue to be deprived of their basic dignity as a sort of atonement for some sin.
This is the punishment for being a woman and a widow in India. The state offers widows over 40 years of age a monthly pension of between 300 and 500 rupees, 3 to 7 euros. Although the majority of women are unaware of this feature and do not benefit from it. India is a deeply religious country with deep traditional beliefs. The majority of widows in India come from Bengal or Bihar, the most disadvantaged parts in the country.
Commonly known for some as the living sati, this is a reference to the old practice in which widows were burned alive on the funeral pyre with their deceased husband. This practice was officially abolished by the British colonial government, although it occasionally happened until very recently.
Traditionally, they go to take refuge in Varanasi or Vrindavan. They leave their homes out of desperation, or their relatives take them out from the home they have always known.
Widows are still accused of being responsible for the death of their husbands, and what is expected from them is that they lead a spiritual life full of restrictions, which affects them deeply, both physically and psychologically. When they lose their husbands, they also lose their humanity. They are people who become things, objects of misfortune that nobody wants to be in close proximity with them.
This is the life they are obliged to live. The life they are obliged to live. The life they are obliged to live.
Just like the bluebird flies and has gone.
This is the life they are obliged to live.
When somebody caught us near.
The symbolic act of female castration, the widow's hair is shaven, and she is made ugly to be deprived of the essence of her femininity for the rest of her days.
Hide the tears upon the face. Here I'm standing by the wall. Now they're heading to nowhere.
For them, life is still very hard. They are considered a symbol of bad luck and often realize they have lost any kind of privilege or financial help after the death of their man, and they are often expelled by her family or her husband's family in order to prevent her from inheriting any money or any property.
Tradition obliges them to cut their hair, forbids them to wear jewelry, that they attend any type of celebration, or to wear festive clothing, and are forced to beg.
Nearly 10% of the entire female Indian population of the country, these 40 million widows, live in the most precarious conditions. Not only at the level of government support, which is virtually non-existent for this group of people, but also because of the social exclusion they are victims of. India is a country full of sacred pilgrimage places, but there are a few so closely related to the deity Krishna as Vrindavan, the sacred city where widows go looking for shelter. It is located on the banks of the Yamuna River, about 100 miles southeast of New Delhi.
Some travel thousands of miles to get there.
According to the Mahabharata, the great holy book, says that Krishna was born in the nearby city of Mathura and spent his early years in the forest surrounding the actual town of Vrindavan.
Widows may not be driven to the funeral pyre after the death of their husbands anymore, but are currently condemned to the total ostracism at their death, to social invisibility. For them, life is still very hard. They are considered a symbol of bad luck and often realize they have lost any kind of privilege or financial help after the death of their man, and they are often expelled by their family and her husband's family in order to prevent her from inheriting any money or
You go
property.
to hospital, by car is coming.
If you have some questions,
Who's paying the hospital?
आपको हॉस्पिटल में आप जो
কি হয়েছে কি
जो आप पूछ लो कि हॉस्पिटल में पैसा वगैरह कौन दे ना
কে পয়সা দেবে হসপিটালে আচ্ছা you have card who pays
he'll have there is Bhajna Ashram provided a card or a car
or
who will
everyday
take her from there and drop to the hospital and take
ashram pays is okay and who pays the ashram who government is
government.
rest you know everything you and me everything king
government,
money man
NGOs, the local persons, they are give some donations to the ashram
purpose.
and for that donation ashram will help her.
okay
Indeed, the Ramakrishna Charity Hospital has launched a medical aid program for the widows. It is financed by the ashram and in turn is financed by private donors.
ये कहाँ पे रहे मैं
where does she sleep
सो मैं
sleep is you know rent is a house
And also ashram pays the houses.
ashram is every day giving for money 10 rupees 20 rupees this
Okay.
money for he save his money then monthly is giving
And she works.
he no work only
No
for
work.
chanting
she's not working.
Okay.
4 hour morning 4 hour evening
20 people in one room. 10 ये हो 20 बेड
20 people in one room.
एक ही कमरा 20 रूम 20 बेड
तो ये पूछ लो कि ये इनके लिए ओके है सेटिस्फाई है
तुम्हारा बच्चा तो ना है कोई है छेले पिले he is not boy
He's not having a
family
child.
family not family
No family.
no family
she forgot his family, right?
Yes.
And he'd say, now my family is only God. Hare Krishna, Bhakti Bihari. When he left his family last 40 years back, he left each and everything, his emotions,
Okay.
everything, right?
Okay.
Now he's devote his life to the Lord Krishna, right?
She left her family because she was forced to leave her family, or she left, or was an option.
ये हमारे पर एक्सीडेंट ने
oh you know accident
ट्रेन से एक्सीडेंट हो गया था
5 years after marriage and 5-year accident then so husband say I'm never take you
Go where? I find the Vrindavan from where I do the worship for the God, and I'm okay with my decision. I'll give,
Even though this is a government
from
partnership,
500.
mainly financed with
Okay.
private funds, it seems that we are not welcomed here.
I'll give you maximum
Suddenly it seems
1,000
someone is trying to sell us
taxi.
permission to be able to keep on filming.
Okay.
After several threats to take our camera away, we decide to stop filming in this ashram and go to another place.
अंदर थोड़ी ना
अंदर ना है, बाने का देख लिया मैनेजर ने जान की जान पे खरीदा होगा तुम्हारी जान पे बहुत बड़ा खरीदा है जवाब दो बड़े भाई बड़े आओ
जा बंद कर लो क्लोज
Widows seem to follow the rules marked by tradition as if it were their destiny because they have internalized them.
राधे 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 राधे
It is a moment without precedent in which many courageous people full of concerns and love for the human beings break barriers and taboos and are beginning to challenge the ancient tradition that had sentenced them to a death in life.
বাবা তুলছে বাবা রাধে রাধে বাবা রাধে রাধে মায়া মায়া দাস সন্ধ্যা সন্ধ্যা দাস বাসন্তী সরস্বতী করুণা দাস
Thousands of women are starting to become aware of their rights. They are condemned to being expelled from their homes and from society, to total rejection, to begging, to invisibility.
My name is this Maitri Ashram, this day, this eating, sleeping, all people okay.
Do you miss your family?
No family, my family only for Krishna, only for Krishna. This is my no home. One home I selling. This after this room, my home small room. Then no work. This place work. Something.
They help you. They give you food, but you don't work though. No chant, no.
The widows have no identity. They are invisible. This is the story of their lives.
Everywhere, but I try to do many things, but I can't do because it's not possible. If I will do help to anyone, and other people they will disturb. They are like my family. Why you helping? Then I was so disturbed. Then I came to Radhakund. I saw it's a good organization. Then I thought, okay, I want to work here. I'm going to somewhere else, for take some help to someone. I'm going to some office anywhere. I'm just going to rich people. We do something for our organizations. This kind of help. I'm going outside.
You think it's going to improve?
Yeah.
In what sense?
First, I have to make houses, rooms for all widows because mostly widows they are staying outside. Then if we have in a house everything, then they can come here, they can stay all the time. But now people mostly here staying to 40 widows here, and other ones they can't sleep here because they have no space. That's why they are going outside.
Do people help them in the street?
No, nobody is helping them.
The government?
Government actually here's in government here's not helping too much. Before was all widows was on street, they're sitting online and begging. Now it's everything's mostly finished. 80% widows they are not begging outside because they're getting food here.
Exactly.
His job is managing everything's here. What's if anything's if anyone's needed anything, then he's managing everything. What a problem they have. They need a doctor, they need everything, they need a food. What is problems to anyone? Whatever money that we are getting from outside, we are trying to do. But if big problem, then we have to wait for more money when he's getting.
chanting.
ভালো লাগে ইধার আচ্ছি লাগে ইধার পরিক্রমা ভজন এই বৃন্দাবনে আচ্ছি লাগে আর আমাদের দেশে আচ্ছি লাগে না এই বাংলাদেশ নেই ঝাড়খণ্ডে टाटा জামশেদপুরের সামনে अच्छा नहीं लगता है
क्यों नहीं लगता है?
ওখানে ভজন নাই ওখানে ভজন নাই পরিক্রমা নাই ভক্ত মানুষ নাই ওখানে অভক্ত মানুষ ইধারে সব ভক্ত মানুষ সাধুগুরু বৈষ্ণব ইধারে উধারে সাধু নাই কেউ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. আর ভিতরে আছে উপরে টেনশন তো ভিতরে হরে কৃষ্ণ समझे আর উপরে টেনশন থাকে ভিতরে হরে কৃষ্ণ
कर रहे हो आपको कैसा लग रहा है आप कैसे फील करते हो कैसे किया आपने
and doing a very social job. What does this bring to your life?
is saying so we brought all widows because
बच्चों ने निकाल दिया इनके
them sons are kicked out from a house parents they came to here we are serving to their parents then I'm feeling they are my parents so when I'm serving to her they're giving me bless that's why I'm happy but we are getting like the family stress yeah if they're saying we are doing everything like we are doing everything we are bringing bamboos and making everything keeping here and taking in we are like burning the bodies we are taking there now we're thinking that we bring some machines they now make here and we will teach because if like we went to somewhere if they want to go somewhere they will feel yeah now we can do something we have to no go for a bag I have power that's why we are trying to do this seva
Okay, hello.
दादी नमस्ते
How old were you when you got married?
कितने दिन पहले शादी
शादी तो हो गया 6 साल हो गया 6-7 साल
6 years
2 साल उन पति के साथ रहे उसके बाद छोड़ दिए
This is still 2 years in your husband.
How old are you now?
Yeah. आपकी उम्र क्या है?
बोले तो 30 है
30.
30.
because it's like if one person he touch the body that's not possible other person they will touch the body because it's an Indian culture nobody can touch only one husband they can touch
दुनिया में कैसे लग रहा यहाँ तुमको अच्छा लग रहा
अब अच्छा लग रहा पहले अच्छा नहीं लग रहा
पहले आए थे शुरू तो उस समय मतलब अच्छा नहीं लगा था फिर रहते अच्छा लगने लगा
This speak sometime after not good and this time आपको देखने आते
नहीं माता पिता कभी नहीं आए मैंने फोन करते हैं लेकिन आते नहीं
Never.
कभी नहीं
What is happiness for you?
यहाँ पे रहने का अनुभव क्या है
अच्छा लग रहा है
गुड फील
Good feel.
हियर इज गुड फील
Here is happiness.
हाँ अच्छा लगता है
तुम यहाँ पे खुश हो यहाँ पे
हाँ बहुत खुश है
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
नमस्ते
I wish you a lot of happiness.
आप सलामत रहिए
राधे
if like his family means like if they are making money everything earning money then son is taking on oh give money his father is Indian and when the father parents taking oh looking oh my son is getting problem and giving more money take this everything's house family car everything's giving then he's getting everything he's saying oh I got everything now who is it then he's saying hey get out from my house out classes also here's like many videos also here when husband is died then everyone's like a parents sons and son's wife they're asking she's like fighting no you do this clean the pots you cook do cleaning in my home it's not possible because they was like 80 they should take a rest
मालं नयनविशालं दुःखहरम्
Holi festival is the spring festival, the festival of colors, the celebration of the victory of good over evil. A massive popular celebration which, as any other, the widows are prohibited to participate. Until now. Here, in this city full of temples, Krishna's name is in everybody's mouth. Together with Radha, who was the great love of his childhood.
Places, discrimination can reach aggressiveness. In the state of Punjab, a widow is called Randi, which means prostitute in Punjabi. In that region, it is normally arranged that the widow, on the one hand, has no right to speak, must marry the brother of the deceased husband as a sort of protection and object to prevent her from rapings.
How did you see the woman feeling today?
Women, they were like very happy, very happy. It's the first time for them.
Mm-hmm. It's different from before?
Yeah, different, very different from before. Before, like they was in a house, like nobody's like asking anything to anyone, like for enjoyment. They like walking on street, nobody's asking there. When they knows about when they knows about this organization, and they came here, they feeling so good, and so this was very wonderful for them.
Small companies that employ widows are recently becoming created, something that until recently seemed impossible. And because of the change, isn't surprising the change in attitude in these women as they feel empowered and in possession of their own destiny. There's a glimmer of hope for these women to be part of their humanity and live beyond the deaths of their husbands.
I would like to say that I think that Indian society as a whole is starting to understand that this is not a good way to continue to treat their widows. I seem to find it a lot in there's different parts of India that do it more than others. Certainly this is not all over India. This is not
Not everywhere.
No, a lot of widows aren't kicked out of their homes. We find it a lot in Bengal and the Brahmins. The Hindus that are the highest caste and that are the most religious are the ones that seem to follow this tradition the most. But it is changing. There's a lot of awareness coming about now, and it just takes time for people to understand, and like anything, for people to understand that they don't cause the death of their husbands. In families that they could support their mother or the widow, they still kick them out because they're considered that they're bad luck.
Bad luck, so both. It's economical and it's...
Yeah, another mouth to feed because she has no man, she has no husband. So she can't produce, she can't earn, she doesn't make any money. If they don't make any money, they're out.
This is not a punishment. It's from all religions. The religions create many problems in India because India is a religious country and India have a few different religions. She's happy to work.
What is the difference as a person, as a woman, between begging and working?
Acha, it's very different. I can tell you.
Yes, I want her to hear.
Okay. अच्छा एक बात बताइए, मांगने में और काम करने में कितना फर्क है? They say they don't want to begging. They feel very good for work because begging is not good. Yes, they feel happy to and work and eat this food with work.
In a way, it's new because they are working. They are getting like a way of getting inserted in society for the first time, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I started out in California, in Southern California, with a 501(c)(3) out of California. They asked me to come here and set up an NGO to take care of widows, to give them love, hope, and jobs, because they wanted to be able to support the widows and take care of them and work with them. So it wasn't just enough to spread the word about what was going on here, but we also wanted to give them an opportunity to make money and to better themselves and to also to empower them, to empower the women, the widows. So
what was the reaction of the widows when you decided not only to give them money but to empower them? That is very interesting.
Yeah, it is. At first, of course, they're very leery. They're very skeptical. But once we work with them, because a lot of people come in and say we're going to help you, and then they leave. They give them a little bit of money and then they leave. But we came and we stayed, and every day we pay them. Every day we give them tea, we give them food, we hug them, we love them, and then it's just going on. And so they start to trust us. And so it was a very empowering thing for them. And now the widows are they're very open with us.
And what was the reaction to the love? Because
it's a great emotion. It really feels good because they have been destitute for so long and they have been outcast from society. When they are considered bad luck, they cause the death of their husbands. So their own children kick them out of the house, basically, and they're dropped here in Vrindavan to chant in the ashrams for 8 hours a day for 4 rupees, and they get maybe, you don't have to have a husband, or you don't have to, you can be a person, and you're loved just for who you are. We love you just for who you are because you are a person. And it was great for them, it was great for us, because it feels good to be able to give back and to make a difference in society and other people's lives.
And they have what they spend the past life, they are not happy. Very sad, and still they are a little bit sad. She got many problems and she have no son, have a daughter, so no one's to take care of her. And it's very expensive daughter for her. If she married them, then she cost a lot of money for her. She leave the house and she come here. तय करा था घर को छोड़ के नहीं अच्छा।
कर दियो बेटा मार दियो 29 साल है कि मरे।
बेटे मरे हुए।
बेटा हम पति के साथ रहते ऐसे रहे ना कुछ।
29 years older son, 29 years before her son is dead. So she leave the house and
इनके देवर ने मार दिए 3 महीना शादी।
Somebody killed her son.
उससे जिस दिन से भैया मैंने
Then she don't have a good relation with her husband, brother, mother-in-law and father-in-law. She have no good relation because she said somebody killed her husband, her son. She said somebody destroyed her house and somebody destroyed family, somebody destroyed everything for her. And she leave everything and somebody destroyed. She don't want to destroy, but somebody destroyed. जब तुम यहाँ पर आई थी तो मतलब काम कैसे मिला आपको?
बहुत अच्छा ऐसे काम लो जैसे आपने कोशिश कर
Because of this lady, she get a job.
Some women go in widow. Her husband is dead or her husband is give her divorce, so she cannot marry and she spend all the life and waiting for spend just all the life. But now some women can marry if she wants, but still even now, if the parents don't want to marry, they will not marry. Like in India, I have another things. Like some young woman, and when she married and her husband is dead, and she's pregnant, okay, and she give the child, and if she get a son, she spend all her life with son. It's good to have a son. It's no good to have a daughter.
The law is very good that women can remarry, widows can remarry, but it's a societal tradition that they can't. They're considered bad luck. So no family will allow their son to marry a widow because it's a bad luck thing and then something's going to happen to them. But the law in India is very clear that there's no problem. It's just a societal thing.
जो छोड़ दी ना कि खेती में पहतना और तुम्हारे पंडित जी ने कछु खबा के नहीं मेरे घर 70,000 में बिको और गाँव में तो 10,000 दलाल खा गए।
And you get nothing. And you get no house. Nothing.
ना एक भी पैसा नहीं मिला।
And then.
मिलता तो मैं काय को या।
Then somebody her husband father kick out her.
And you could not go to the police.
Police में नहीं गए
कुछ ना करे।
She cannot find because she don't have how to. She's not very smart. She have no good education.
मेरी तो इतने बताओ मैं कितनी।
And India is full of corruption.
Yeah.
So she lost.
So you.
Any widow over 40 is awarded has right to a pension. Is that true? And what happens to them? Are they taking it?
My goodness, now you've really opened up a can of worms because you're talking about pensions and government. Because my experience with it is that, first of all, most of the widows are often illiterate. They can't read nor write, and it's very they are at the mercy of people who should give them this money. So oftentimes, even though they are entitled to this money, they don't get it because there's people who just take the money and from them because they're not able to understand that they can get this money. They have no bank account.
इनका कहना है तुम चाहती तो है सके
जब
एक छोड़ के चला जाता है तो दूसरे की आस रहती है
they say they can marry but their religions don't let them to marry other ones again.
Okay.
And they don't trust man. If one husband left her, other can left her also. कौन सा नाम अच्छा है आपके लिए, बाप, भाई या पति?
पति।
हैं?
पति।
पति। तुम पति।
मैं तो भैया कोई सोची नहीं पाया कुछ because कौन को नाम?
They like more husbands. If husband is died, they have a bad life.
Do you think things are getting better? Something is changing in India with widows?
तुम मतलब दुआ कर रही हो, प्रार्थना कर रही हो कि हिंदुस्तान में, हमारे भारत में मतलब
बढ़ जाएगा. We have to change India.
Yes.
Change the culture and change India.
It's changing. It's improving.
सब माला करती हैं हमारे सुबह.
Yeah.
सब.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद बोले, धन्यवाद.
I